I'm going to cover. My purpose is not to change your religion. My purpose is not to make you believe everything that I say. On the contrary, I'm the only one in the world that will tell you, listen to everyone, read everything, believe absolutely nobody, including me.
Arriving at the scene, Jim Friedel in Hoboken said it appeared to bank sharply and smash directly, perhaps purposefully, into, oh my goodness,
oh God,
there's another one. Oh my goodness, there's another one.
This seems to be on purpose.
Oh my goodness, now it's obvious, I think, that there's a second plane at the scene. Jim Friedel in Hoboken said it appeared to bank sharply and smash directly, perhaps purposefully, into, oh my goodness,
oh God,
there's another one. Oh my goodness, there's another one.
This seems to be on purpose.
Oh my goodness, now it's obvious, I think, that there's a second plane just
The whole agenda is to create a one-world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips. And this is given me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about? We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded women's lib. They do whatever they want to do. What we want doesn't matter anymore. It's their agenda, it's their plans that matter. They have all the money they want. They can make all the money they want. They have a machine that can make all the money. It's not about money. It's about control. It's about their vision of how they want to see the world. You hear George Bush saying democracy means freedom. No. Democracy equals New World Order. I believe God put me on this earth to be the best person I could be, and put everybody on this earth to be the best they can be. You have to stand up for what's right in life. And unless you do that, you're nothing.
Either you're with us, either you love freedom, and with nations which embrace freedom, or you're with the enemy. There's no in between. You're either with us or you're with the enemy. That's clear. I will continue to make that clear. 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me, and one of the generals called me in. He said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, "No." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs," meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
So go through the countries again?
Well, starting with Iraq, then Syria and Lebanon, then Libya, then Somalia and Sudan, and then back to Iran.
However, please, you are not experts in the area. With all my due respect to all of you, you don't know the reality on the ground over there. The massacres reached 3 villages, not only one. Tal Daw, Al-Shumariya, and Al-Hula. So there were killings in these 3 villages, not only in Al-Hula. And as I said at the beginning, among them 26 soldiers and officers. But the important point for all of you is to know that those who committed this crime, they did it on purpose to ignite a civil war, because In these 3 villages, you have 3 different sects of people. You have Muslim Sunnis, you have Muslim Shiite, you have Muslim Alawite. Those who triggered this and ignited this massacre were seeking to ignite a confessional and a sectarian confrontation between the populations in that area. So those who did it are professional criminals, professional terrorists, because they wanted by all means to instigate, ignite a sectarian confrontation in the area. Hopefully many of our people in Syria are very aware of that. Otherwise, you would have seen real bloodshed, more dangerous than what you have seen so far. So please help us understanding what's going on and don't fall in this trap of simplifying things. All the crimes are horrible, horrific, unjustified, unjustifiable. We all agree on that. But we need settlement, we need solutions. We need to help these people, innocent people. So the only way to do it is to help us implementing Kofi Annan's plan and to impose the same kind of behavior on the others who are still hesitating or working against Kofi Annan's plan. It's not that simple.
All right, everyone, I have a breaking story for you. I just now walked in the door. I have been gone since early this morning. It's now 10:48 p.m. June 30th, 2012. Iran has 1,000 ballistic missiles aimed right now at U.S. bases in the Middle East. This comes from WorldNet Daily. It's an exclusive. Iran, there will be war, and we will win. I'm going to take you now over to the Extinction Protocol 2012 and beyond as I bring you the headlines here. Iran points 1,000 missiles at U.S. bases in the Middle East. There will be war, and we will win, says Republican Guard. June 30th, 2012, Tehran, just days after the breakdown of talks with the West over Iran's nuclear program. The Deputy Chief Commander of the Revolutionary Guard announced that there soon will be war, and that Allah will ensure his forces are victorious. The last round of talks between Iran and the p+1, the United States, Britain, France, China, Russia, and Germany, ended in Moscow last week without any agreement on Iran's illicit nuclear program. General Hossein Salami, in a televised interview, boasted that Iran has complete control of all the enemy's interests around the world and is on a path to reach equivalency with world powers. That tells you right there. Now they have come out and told you that they are going to be a world power with nuclear weapons. The commander emphasized that Iran's nuclear program is irreversible.
The microchip, the size of a grain of rice, is injected under the skin and gives off a low-frequency radio wave. A scanner reads each chip's identification number to verify an official's security clearance.
The microchip is tamper-proof, it's secure, no one can take your microchip and use it to their advantage to gain access to your facility.
Does Carrie still have the RFID tag in her arm?
Dude, the RFID thing.
Yeah. Why did you not?
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
It's not going to happen.
Okay.
Discovered. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. I'm not sure how much of the story I'm allowed to tell, but I'll tell you what I know. We were going to do RFID, and on several levels, you know, how hackable, how reliable, how trackable, et cetera, et cetera. And one of our researchers called up Texas Instruments, and they arranged a conference call between, I think, Tori and the head producer over there for the other team, Linda Wolkovich, and one of the technicians at Texas Instruments. They were supposed to have a conference call to talk about the technology on like Tuesday at 10 a.m. And Tuesday at 10 a.m., Linda and Tori get on the phone, and Texas Instruments comes on, along with Chief Legal Counsel for American Express, Visa, Discover. and everybody else. I mean, and I got chills just as I described it. They were way, way outgunned, and they absolutely made it really clear to Discovery that they were not going to air this episode talking about how hackable this stuff was, and Discovery backed way down, being a large corporation who depends upon the revenue of the advertisers. And now it's on Discovery's radar. They won't let us go near it. So I'm sorry.
No.
We are. It's just one of those things. But man, that was a really. Story still gets a little white when he describes that phone conversation.
Well, you do have about 3,000 people in the room who aren't under such legal arrangements with producers. So.
No, nice.